Hey, it's Theo and thank you for joining me. And today we will be looking at the new expansion for Hearthstone that got announced today across the Timeways. And in this video, we'll be going over everything you need to know about the new expansion, new mechanics, and more. And it's already looking like the most exciting expansion of the year, which, to be fair, is not saying a lot, but still, it's a good sign at least. So let's get started with this blog post here. It's about time, literally. Hearthstone's Across the Timeways expansion launches on November the 4th, adding 145 new cards and a time warping storyline that pulls Warcraft heroes from every era into one epic showdown. Then time to will with new keywords Fabled and Rewind, harnessing the power of the greatest warriors of all time, and even rewinding cards to play them again. So those are the mechanics we'll go over in a little bit. At the heart of the expansion is Chromie, the Bronze Dragonflight's ever-cheerful chronomancer and protector of the Timeways. She made the shocking discovery that Murzond, Lord of the Infinite, is trying to derail all timelines and send them towards oblivion. To stop him, Chromie raced across the Timeways to recruit fabled heroes from past, future, and alternate realities. With a pre-Banshee Sylvanas, a mech piloting Gelbin, and the rest of her dream team of Warcraft icons assembled, Chromie is ready to rally against the Chrono Crisis. So it feels like just about anybody from Warcraft can show up in this expansion. So we'll see what will show up as a legendary card. And yeah, you can see the reveal scheduled always in the card library. And I'll also have a reveal next week, so stay tuned for that on this channel. We'll be revealing some Death Knight cards. Now let's go over the first new mechanic, which is a Rewind, which is also a new feature on Twitch, which they totally launched to celebrate this expansion. So, time travel is coming to Hearthstone. Rewind is a new keyword that lets you replay cards with random effects for another shot at a better outcome. We've all had a spell go sideways or watch the minion's effect miss the mark. Now, if a card has Rewind, you'll be offered the chance to rewrite history. Do you stick with what happened or rewind the timeline? The power to change fate is in your hands. I wonder if we get like a card like a Mad Bomber kind of style that has a very, very RNG heavy card, and with Rewind it might just get a bit better, so we'll see. So here we have the first few cards that have the mechanic. First of all, we have the semi-stable portal, obviously after the unstable portal from back in Goblins vs. Gnomes, I think. So yeah, that's 11 years ago. So it's a 2-mana arcane spell with Rewind, of course, add a random minion to your hand. It costs 3 less, so yeah, pretty much unstable portal, but yeah, with Rewind. Probably won't see play, maybe if you discover it, right? But it's a fun throwback to the past. Then we have the Portal Vanguard, a 3-mana 2/2 dragon, Rewind. Draw a random minion, give it +2/+2. So it's a tutor effect, which kind of always is good, especially on these neutrals, right? Then every class has a way to, well, tutor minions in this case. You give it a buff, and then yeah, you can also rewind. So in case you're looking for one very specific minion, just a little bit more likely to find it with this kind of card. And the last card we have is Mr. Clocksworth, an 8-mana 3/3 mech with Rewind, Rewind, Rewind. Battlecry, summon 2 random legendary minions. So yeah, random legendary minions, they're pretty varying in quality. So with Rewind, you basically can see up to 4 times what the 2 legendary minions you can get. And then yeah, reroll if you think they're weak. And then if you get a high roll, you can keep it like that. And also these cards you will receive for free. So if you log in right now, you get Mr. Clocksworth, you get Portal Vanguard if you go to the shop, as you can see here, and this portal plus another card will be in an upcoming event we'll go over in a little bit. Now let's go to the second new keyword, which is Fabled. Wield the power of Warcraft icons from past, future, and alternate timelines. These storied heroes are so powerful, they bring extra legendary cards with them that automatically slot into your deck. A Fabled legendary arrives for every class, pulled from timelines both known and never seen before. So here we go with the first one we can show here is Ranger General Sylvanas. And Fabled means that, yeah, it takes up 3 card slots in your deck. So it's a pretty new mechanic. We haven't seen anything like this before. And then you also get these 2 cards with it. So it's like slotting 3 cards into your deck. So you only have to craft one of them, so no need to get all 3 to be able to play it. So that's pretty nice. Ranger General Sylvanas rolls in with her sisters, Illyria and Verisa. And she's looking alive and well. That's because the trio comes from a time before Arthas and the Scourge tore through Silvermoon City. So you get to unleash the full power of the Windrunner sisters in their prime. And these cards all have the same stats and a Battlecry, so all 3-mana 2/4 with a Battlecry. And then Sylvanas has Battlecry, deal 2 damage to all enemies. If you've played Illyria or Verisa, repeat for each. So yeah, 3-mana 2 AoE, that's like a Consecrate on a minion and that buff for the minion. So that's that is a pretty strong card by itself. Now, Lyra is a Discover a spell. If you played Sylvanas or Theresa, repeat for each. Now, this one isn't so good because, yeah, we've seen cards like Konzu, right? The 3 mana 3/4. Discover a spell with another upside, and that doesn't see any play. And yeah, this is just worse, though. Yeah, it does upgrade the other ones, so we'll see how valuable it is that you upgrade the other ones, and if it's something you want in Hunter, right? That you actually want to discover stuff. And the last one we have is Ranger Initiate Theresa, which has Battlecry, give minions in your deck +1/+1, and then again repeat if you play the other cards. So yeah, this is like Kalasev, right? Buff everything in your deck, which can be pretty strong. But only really if you get it early. If you get like the Battlecry effect early twice, that can be pretty good, right? Buffing your whole deck by a +2/+2, especially if you're playing a minion heavy deck. Though I'm not really sure what goes into Hunter, because the minion heavy decks right now are all beast decks, and I'm not sure how well these cards really slot into it. But yeah, I think it's a really cool new mechanic, Fabled. And we'll see what other iconic Warcraft characters will show up. Now we also have the next one, Galban of Tomorrow. Preserved his mind with holy magic and now pilots a giant mech in a futuristic Gnomeregan. He brings 2 legendary auras that pair well with these other new paladin cards. Chronological Aura summons a Dragon Guardian every turn, and Manifested Timeways hits all enemies if you got an aura in play. Galban really gives aura farming a whole new meaning. So what it means is here we have Galban of Tomorrow, an 8 mana 6/6 mech, of course Fabled, which gets you these 2 cards, and a Battlecry, put 1 of each aura from your deck into the battlefield. So it's not just these auras, but yeah, any auras you can put in your deck, also like Crusader Aura. Although I'm not quite sure if you want to play a card like Crusader Aura in a deck like this, but we shall see. And then you get the Gnomish Aura, which also has tradable, so yeah, that's nice, because even if you draw them right, you can trade and then play Galban and always hit these 2 auras. And then it says, at the end of your turn, restore 4 health to all your character, last 3 turns. So this one by itself, it doesn't seem the strongest, right? Like, would you play this? Like, it's nice if you can heal your minions up often, but yeah, it's not that common, right? That a lot of minions are damaged and then just healing yourself for 12 for 4 mana over 3 turns. It's not the best, so it will mostly be just because, yeah, you want to play the Galban, and then this one you will be trading back into your deck. Then we have a Mechatorx Aura, which is 5 mana, also has tradable, of course. At the end of your turn, give a random friendly minion +4/+4 and Divine Shield, last 3 turns. So if you just played with Galban, it's already a 10/10 with Divine Shield, and then yeah, 2 more minions. Although again, yeah, buffing at the end of your turn, it's a bit slower, right? You usually want to buff when you have a minion that can instantly attack, so basically has charge. But still, if you get this for sorta free with Galban, it's pretty nice, and it can be a lot of stats by itself. But yeah, still pretty slow for a buff kind of card. Then the other cards that we're talking about just before is the Chronological Aura, which is a 5 mana holy spell. At the end of your turn, summon a 3/5 dragon with Thought, last 3 turns. So this is pretty much almost the same as the Druid Dragon that summoned 2 3/5, and then after that the dragon itself was a 3/5 as well. So it's almost the same, but yeah, that was a minion on board and a dragon. So this is a holy spell and an aura, so that has other synergies again. But yeah, this card, it seems okay, not amazing, because yeah, the dragon also didn't really see that much play before, but maybe the fact that it's aura might just make it a little bit better. And I think the best thing about aura is the new card here is the Manifested Timeways, which looks pretty incredible. It's a 4 mana 3/3 elemental. Battlecry, if you control an aura, deal 3 damage to all enemies. So this is like the Prison Breaker from the Ulduar mini set, and yeah, that had to get nerfed because it was insanely strong. Just yeah, 3 AoE right to all enemies, so it goes phase, hits the board, and you get a minion on top of it. And all you need for this one is an aura. Though yeah, it is worse than Prison Breaker because that was really easy to set up with a bunch of spells. Well, this needs an aura, but I feel like if anything is gonna make these auras work, it's this card. This looks very, very powerful. And we have more new cards revealed here. Is Bend Time to Your Will. Rebind and Fabled are just the beginning. Across the Timeways offers even more ways to control time itself. Timeway Warden imprisons an opposing minion for 10,000 turns, the average length of a Control Warrior mirror match, almost, or until the Warden dies. It would be a shame if the Warden were silenced, or I guess you could also bounce it. And then we have the Timeway Warden at 4 mana 2/6. Battlecry, imprison an enemy minion, goes dormant for those 10,000 turns, and then Death Rattle, it awakens. So it's a bit like the Maiev from before, where you had to, you could dormant a minion for 2 turns, I think it was. And yeah, that never saw play, and it was neutral. So I'm not sure this will see much play, although the extra health definitely helps a lot. And who knows, maybe if Rogue gets their hands on this card right, they can have like a full board of dormant minions on the enemy without ever a chance to wake it up. I wouldn't be surprised if we ever see a video like that where somebody achieved that, even though the deck probably has like a 10% win rate. Then it might be possible in the one game where the entire board is locked for the opponent. And then another new card here we have is Divergence. a 5 mana Warlock spell, Shadow spell, split a random minion in your hand into 2 halves. So obviously this is about combo decks, right, where you want one specific minion split up, like a Gamagon maybe. Though, yeah, this one is very, very expensive to do that, right? It's 5 mana, basically do nothing yet. You then still have to play those cards. And you basically only want the one specific minion hand, so that can be kind of difficult to achieve. So it looks a little bit expensive, but yeah, I'm sure people will try out to make this card work in some combo decks. Then we can also ally with the Protectors of the Timeways. And of course, what's a time travel expansion without Time Lord Nosdormu? As leader of the Bronze Dragonflight and Guardian of Time, he's at the center of this temporal catastrophe. Technically, he's on both sides of it. You may already know he and Murozond are one and the same. Murozond is Nosdormu's corrupted future self. Still, Nosdormu's willingness to fight his future self reminds us that no matter how bad the future looks, no fate is inevitable. So here we have the card Time Lord Nosdormu, a 3 mana 8/8 dragon, dormant for 5 turns, rush. After you play a card from the newest expansion, awaken 1 turn sooner. This card, yeah, it's one of those dormant cards that takes probably too long to set up, and all you get is a 3 mana 8/8 rush for your as a payoff. And yeah, that just feels like it's gonna be a little bit too slow to make it work, especially because you need very specific cards. So you really need a bunch of those cards already in your deck from the newest expansion, and then yeah, you don't want to be drawing this card later, obviously. Alright then, in fact the theme of duality runs throughout this set. Soldier of the Bronze and Soldier of the Infinite represent opposite sides of the Time War, and their card designs mirror each other in several ways. So we have the cards, it's a Soldier of the Bronze, a 5 mana 5/3 dragon. Taunt, Battlecry, double this minion's health, so this looks almost like an old card from quite a while ago, but this one has 2 more attack, and yeah, this is by itself, right, a 5 mana 5/6 taunt. Not something you want to play in your deck. And even with buffs, I'm not entirely sure you want to be playing it. And then we have the opposite Soldier of the Infinite, a 5 mana 3/5 dragon. Rush, Battlecry, double his minion's attack. So you get a 6/5 with Rush, and then potentially again better with more stats. But again, another card that, would you really want to play this in your deck? Probably not. And of course, as always, you can pre-order the expansion. We got the Mega Bundle with the usual 80 packs, 10 golden packs, a bunch of other stuff. And you got the regular bundle of 60 packs. And if you buy them both, you can also get the sequence bundle for even more packs and signatures if you're interested in that. And one last thing they announced, this was in the patch notes though, is the in-game event Chromie's Chrono Catastrophe. Though I don't think it's live immediately, but we'll see when it goes live. Which is a new event track, and you can see here what you can get with it. And you can see the numbers here. It's very small, but 96,000 XP. So yeah, there's something going on here with the XP. You can see 9,600 XP gained with that weekly quest. So yeah, numbers are a bit different. Let's see how that goes, and hopefully it won't be too hard to complete. So you get 4 packs with this track. You get the 2 normal golden versions of that portal we saw earlier. Get 2 normal golden versions of Storm Negates, which we'll get to in just a second. 2 tavern tickets, 2 golden portal vanguards. That's the draw card, the dragon we saw earlier. You get the Nosdormu the Timeless skin for Paladin as well. And then this is the last new card I have here is Storm Negates, a side quest, which we haven't seen, I think, since quite a while ago, the Set of Dragons, I believe. And it's a 1 mana card that side quests are cards that just normal cards in your deck. They're not like quests starting in your opener. And then you play them, and then you have to complete a little quest here. Like, for example, this one, right? You need to play 3 Beast or Undead, and then you get to craft a Zombeast. It costs 3 less. So the Zombie stuff from Rexar as well, that hero power, right? Where you just select 2 beasts, and then you combine them, and then they get all the stats, effects, and the mana cost combined. And then, yeah, this one costs 3 less. So, yeah, if you want to craft some Zombies again, this might be the card for you. And that is everything I got for you today about the new expansion, which again launches on November the 4th. And again, you can log in right now to claim those free cards as well, and potentially already start building your decks with it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and until next time.